Hey everybody, welcome back to Rock Talk Live. Another episode of our awesome live webcast here on Facebook Live. I'm the host guy, and this is Brandon Barnes. Everybody say what's up to Barnesy. Thank him for being here today. So we'll do what we've been doing. We'll do 10-15 minutes here questions. If you have any questions, comment here and we'll answer as many as we can. And I will start out with some questions as well. You know, it's all-star voting time. Only a couple more days to go. We need to get your votes in for our guys. Barnesy's going to give a little shout-out to his teammates.
We need to vote, guys. We need to vote for, let's go, Cargo, Nolan, and DJ. And Story. Honestly, the kid's a pretty good shortstop. Probably, I think, the best in the league right now. So let's vote these guys in.
That's what it's all about. Support our guys. A couple more days left to vote. Vote 5 times for the rest of the day. Frank, what's up, dude? All right, so I'm going to start out with the first question. Do you ever get tired of people asking about your tats?
No.
All right, so what's your first one? Can we show it to the
Yeah, it was my name, you know,
right there across
Barnes, just in case I ever forgot. I wanted to make sure I always had it on me.
All right, so we'll go a couple more tat questions.
Thanks, Tish.
Do you have any planned? Anything you want to get?
You know, I'm thinking about doing a big chest piece, some wings on my chest, and other than that, I don't really plan it. It just kind of comes to my head, and I'll put it on.
Whatever happens naturally.
Yeah.
All right, last tat question. What's the last one that you got? Your most recent?
Most recent would be my grandfather's signature behind. I think it's this year, right?
Yep. What's that? Yeah, because I noticed that one
for Father, Son, Holy Spirit.
I like that. And all your tattoos, they all have a specific meaning, and that's what it's all about.
For sure, man.
All right. How about a shout out for Crystal Santos right there?
Crystal, how you doing?
Wings on your back.
No, wings on my chest.
Wings on the chest. All right, cool. So you have 2 young daughters, beautiful little girls.
Yes.
What's your favorite Disney movie that they watch?
Oh man, I've got tons of them. I'd go with I probably know every song to Frozen, and we got big this last offseason the Inside Out, which is actually a really good movie.
It really is. Yeah, I have 2 little boys. That's there's some adult themes in that, and it's pretty intense actually.
Yeah.
This is a good question here from Hope Woody. Who's your biggest inspiration? And I know this year is a specific and special meaning for you. Just talk about who your inspiration is.
Yeah, my inspiration, is my grandfather. He taught me how to play baseball. He, took me out to the field every day and just made sure that love for the game never disappeared.
Absolutely, that's what it's all about. Another Inside Out. Stacy likes that choice. Along with the kid theme, what's your favorite kids book that you read to your daughters?
Kids
Story
book.
time.
VeggieTales is always good. They like VeggieTales, and it goes with our faith and stuff like that. So, last night I think we read the Great Easter Egg Hunt, which was a good VeggieTales book.
Absolutely. So who was your favorite player growing up from Kai Krisman?
Kai, my great name, by the way, Kai. That's what I want to name my son, if I have one.
If you're lucky enough.
Favorite player growing up, man. You know what? It's going to seem really weird, but Gary DiSarcina of the Angels. I grew up an Angels fan and grew up 3 blocks from the stadium, and I grew up an infielder, so Gary was always a grinder and just a great glove. Blake, I'm giving you a shout out.
Begging for shout outs there, Blake. Luckily, he's got you covered. Another question for me, back to the daughters are the big theme today. So you kind of were a viral sensation in the off-season, doing a little off-season workout.
Yeah.
So talk about that experience. And I want to know how many, your oldest daughter's Kennedy.
Yes.
How many Kennedys could you deadlift if you put her on a platform? You could deadlift what, 500, 600?
500, I mean, a lot of them.
Yeah.
A lot of her. I don't know. I'm not good at math, guys. I can't do the math. She's about 40 pounds, 45 pounds, so I don't know.
Just kind of daddy daycare spun into...
Yeah, I mean, they love going to the gym. The girls love it. My wife goes and does CrossFit as well, so we like to take the girls and get them active. And, Kennedy, my oldest, will go running around the house. She'll do laps, and then she'll do burpees and push-ups and sit-ups. And she says she's working out like daddy, so... I had the curls with Tatum, my younger one, and then had some pull-ups with Kennedy.
There you go. I like this question here from Lindsay Kennedy. More of a question just about this team. Just talk about your teammates in this group that we have this year, the cohesiveness and the togetherness of this group, and what it means to have such a good group of guys this year.
Yeah, man, this is a great team. Great guys. I've been with most of these guys for 3 years now. You know, guys like Cargo, Nolan, DJ, Chuck. You know, there's a list of them, and then bringing in guys like Reynolds and Parra and Rayburn. Just all great guys, you know, great ball players, but great guys and great teammates that help this team, you know, get going every single day.
Absolutely, and you're a huge part of that. I mean, this guy, Barnes, is one of my favorite guys. I say this every time. I say it to everybody, but it's true. One of my favorite guys, just positive energy, always brings it every day. Best teammate you'll ever have.
Red Bull, guys. Drink it.
And then when he gets on the field, he makes plays happen, whether it's, you know, going first to home on a play Sunday or getting big hits last night, no batting gloves, whatever it takes. This guy's all in it for the team. That's what a good team needs is guys like this right here.
It's fun.
Richard says, do you ever eat junk food? What's your favorite candy, we'll ask.
Junk food. I am big into dieting, but I'm also big into snacks. I like cheese. You name it, I'll eat it. You know, any type of candy and munchies. You know, I like chips, you know, Doritos and a hint of lime, Tostitos. You know, chips are my main two late night snack.
Okay. There was a question earlier from Robbie Toller about football. So you were a big football player in high school growing up. You actually had a scholarship, right, to UCLA?
Yeah. UCLA and Colorado State.
Wow, you could have been a Ram.
I could have been a Ram.
All right. So I want to know, though, what was the scouting report on Brandon Barnes as a football player? If you were scouting you, what would it be? What would it look like?
Kind of the same way you see me on the baseball field. Crazy. You know, I love to hit. That was, you know, what I lived for. I was a defensive player. Probably gonna go. If I was gonna play in college, I was gonna play defense. I wanted to hit and not get hit. But when you realize how big those guys are, you got to tackle. Puts life into perspective and the game into perspective. But you know, I was crazy on the field. I was out there not necessarily to hurt somebody, but to win and let them know that this is my field.
Absolutely, it's an aggressive game. That's who you are. Zach Chapman had a question about batting gloves, right?
Yeah.
So tell the story. So you started out Sunday with BGs?
Yeah. So growing up, I never really had, you know, a whole lot of money to buy gloves, and you know, like my grandpa, he'd buy me a bat, you know, once a year, and you know, I didn't really have money for gloves, so you know, I just wore no batting gloves. And then as I got older, even in college, I didn't wear them. Minor leagues, I did a little bit, you know, depending on the weather. And then when I came over here, I got a Nike contract, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna be swagged out. But you know, I'm just going back to being me, and you know, I've always been comfortable not wearing batting gloves, and I felt like I needed a change.
Switch it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Same with the batter intro song. So we did a vote. This was Barnsley's idea. He's like, hey, I want to switch up my song, something nice, good for the summer. Like, let's throw two out there, Bob Marley and Sublime.
Yeah.
So we did both. Fans chose Bob Marley. Didn't really work out too well that day.
1 for 5. You know, I had a hit.
Got
me a hit, but you know, I'm looking for a multi-hit game here. I was shooting like 160.
Yep.
You know, and that's not helping the team. So, you know, I grew up in Anaheim, next to Garden Grove, where Sublime came out of, and you know, one of my favorite bands growing up.
Still are. Those guys are classic.
Yeah.
So keeping along with the football theme, you're the Goon, right? That's the nickname. How did that get started? How about the big
Goon
motion?
Claws?
How did that get started?
That was that weekend in San Fran, the Inside the Park home run. You know, we had named as a Goon Squad team, and I kind of just, after that home run in the park, just kind of was so jacked up that I just threw the arms up and kind of stuck from there.
All right. Another one for me. So you're a SoCal guy, Orange County, Anaheim. What's your go-to beach in the off season? Whether it's a workout, just to spend some time with family. What's your go-to?
My go-to beach is Newport Beach. I used to live there. I lived there for about 2 years. About 5 houses off the water. My uncle had owned a house there, so he let me rent it out from him. I mean, it's just the best living down there. Obviously, you know, it's a luxury and it's one of those things, but you know, I loved waking up early and going out for a surf or just having a cup of coffee and going out there and watching the guys surf.
No doubt. Alexis says moon's out, goon's out. All right. Whatever that means. Question from Jeremy Schweitzer, and we had a few of these along the way. I can't even read my handwriting here. We'll skip that one. So you were part of our commercials this offseason, filming those commercials. Which one was your favorite to film? The favorite that it turned out? Like, which one do you like watching back the most? And then I'm going to quiz you on your lines afterwards.
Oh man, I think, the easiest one for me, and I think it turned out, the most funny was the one in the weight room where we all had beers for Chuck. And,
Yep.
I'm over there doing curls. Guys are squatting. Cargo had the, I don't even know what that thing's called. He had that like long chin one with a little mustache.
The Fu Manchu.
Yeah, and seeing DJ with a beard is great.
Yeah.
So I think that turned out probably the most funny.
So how were your lines in the baseball analytics? Was that really easy for you to deliver that?
You know what? I actually crushed it. It only took me about 2-3 takes.
Right.
But Chad Bettis, that's another story. It took him about 30 takes. And it was probably about 25 degrees out here when we were doing that, guys. And nobody was liking Chad Bettis at the time.
No.
I love you, Chad, but come on.
I love Chad too. To be fair, you took at least 10 takes.
No shot. I took 3 takes. I took more takes because guys wouldn't be quiet.
That was part of it too. But yeah, behind the scenes, it was freezing cold that day. It was middle of January, and we're trying to make it look like this is some hot middle of the summer commercial set. So these guys were great. Do you remember
Christopher, you're awesome too.
What do you say, Chris? It's got awesome. I read my handwriting. So I told you, I don't prepare for these shows. We just kind of show up.
Me, bro.
So the question from Jeremy Schweitzer was, any rituals? Do you do anything, not superstitions, but just a routine? What's your game day routine look like?
Since I've been back up, I've really made sure my routine has been on point. I come to the field about 12:31 every single day. Have breakfast with my kids, and then when I get here, it's loosen up, warm up, do a shoulder program, get my legs loose, and then I head to the cage right after a Red Bull.
You getting paid for this, dude?
And
Red Bull, are you watching? Sort this guy out.
I'll do my routine in the cage, and then come out and stretch a little bit more with the team, and then take some batting practice. And then right before the game, I'll hit a little bit more, and then get ready to go.
All right, we'll do a couple more from you guys. I love this one from Troy Cornett here. Just what drives you as a player? It's just the passion you bring to the game every day, the energy you bring to the team. You talked about this a little bit, but just what drives you to be who you are and be bring it every day?
Yeah, I think it's my personality and how my grandpa taught me how to play the game. At the same time, I play with a chip on my shoulder. When I was coming up the minor leagues, I wasn't a very good player. Pretty athletic, but just didn't know the game inside and out. So I always had a chip on my shoulder because people told me that I'd never make it to the big leagues, and I wanted to prove everybody wrong. And I wanted to be here for a long time. And when I got an opportunity, I tried to seize it every single time.
Absolutely. That's what, 11, 12 minutes. I think that's about time for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Go out there, vote Rockies. All of our Rockies players, get them to the All-Star game. Trevor, Nolan, Cargo, Charlie,
get them
DJ.
In, guys.
Right in for this guy too. He'll be on the ballot next year, right?
I'll be the trainer.
Awesome. Thanks so much for everybody tuning in. We'll do it again tomorrow morning. That's a teaser. Tomorrow morning around 9:30, we're going to have another episode of Rock Talk Live. We hope to see you there.
Just let them know you want me some more. Let's go. Love you
guys. We made this a weekly thing with Barnesy. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll do it again soon.